Hello beautiful Pisces, thank you so much for joining me for this, your September reading. And this is for Pisces Sun, Moon and Rising sign. If you would like a personal reading from me, all you have to do is email me lorientarot@gmail.com or click any of the links below to go to my website and the reading is available. I really hope that this resonates with all you guys, and we're going to still be having the effects of the big eclipse on the 21st of August, so let's see what's kind of coming through for you. If you do want to have a look at your rising moon and sun signs as well as your Venus sign, because it could be like Venus in Pisces, that might actually give you an aspect of all the elements that's going on for you this month. So let's just have a look and see what comes through. Oh, I'm already getting tickles on my faces, which is normally when Spirit's around. I've been getting tickles on my head and tickles on my face very often recently, so there must be some activity with regards to all this kind of astronomical stuff, shall we say. I really don't know the correct term for it, but let's have a look. Right, they're saying one more, so let's do another one for Pisces. Okay. Oh, well, you got the Death card there. And I am using, the Everyday Witch Tarot by Deborah Blake. And the art is by somebody who I can't unfortunately remember. I think it's Elizabeth Alba. Okay, so you've got 3 major arcana to start with. Let's move you down here, darling. So you've got Death, Hierophant, the Sun, and the 6 of Pentacles, joined by the 6 of Wands, the 5 of Wands, wow, the High Priestess on a roll here, and the 3 of Wands, and your card beneath is the 5 of Pentacles. Oh, okay, well this is interesting, so let's have a look and see. Okay. And when I was saying you are on a roll, I do actually believe you are. You will have some adversity this month because I think that you're settling into something new. A new community, a new area, a new sense of being, a new sense of yourself. So I do think that a lot of this is to do with how you perceive yourself this month, how you want to present yourself. They're really, really drawing me to this section here actually. So let me just start by this. And as I mentioned, no, I didn't mention earlier, I was in another video, I will be doing runes at the end of this, so don't worry. So here you have the Hierophant and you have the 5 of Wands. Now this is kind of like you're centering yourself, you're being very cool and chill. Others may not be. So it's kind of like you want to very much center yourself, you want to be very kind of in meditation almost, not necessarily anything for a quiet life, but certainly I don't want all the drama, I don't need all the drama, I don't need the competition, I don't need the riling, you can't rile me. That's basically what this feels like to me. Spiritual practice, the practice of tradition, you may even be going into something educational or maybe feeling as though there's some stuff going around you in some way, but this basically calls into question your reaction to when literally people ignore the biggest thing so much that fire starts beneath you. So while you're very, very chill and your energy is very calm and you're trying to get through the days, people may be squabbling around you, trying to get you involved in their own arguments. It could be in-laws, it could be your own family. No, I do it this way, I do it this way, and it's basically too many cooks spoiling this broth, so much so that it's slipping over and it's causing more trouble than it's worth. So this could be kind of an issue for you. It could be something that I don't know if you can see there, but it's something that seems to be you're desperately trying to teach people or maybe influence those around you to be more chill too, and these people are just kind of causing trouble for anybody else and causing trouble for you. So I think that you may have to come out of that chill just slightly to maybe deal with the situation for some of you. Others, you can just ignore it and wait for it to pass, because I don't think you have to break that cycle of calmness and oneness to deal with somebody else's turmoil and somebody else's issues. You know, it just feels like it's not worth it. These people can squabble all they like. It's just a case of you're done. You're basically done. You don't want to hear about them. You don't want to know about them. You're moving on. I mean, for some of you, it could be an ex, and you hear all this squabbling about an ex, or the friend circle that you used to be in, and there's all dramas and stuff. And as much as we like to gossip sometimes, and I mean that in the sense of water sign, we do like to know who's being affected emotionally. I would say that you don't really need to hear the news on this one. You really don't need to get involved, and that's just a thing that seems to be coming up in September, really. It's one of those things where you may want to just take yourself outside of the situation and just be very calm, because you've got a lot on your plate already. You know, with the death card here, this is a sign of good change. You're on the last thread of your old life. You're moving towards something new. You're finding something. You're discovering something. And something that seemed to just come through to me at the moment is saying the future does not have a face. The future does not have a persona. The future is whatever you want. So as soon as you can, that little thread's going to tip and you can enter the next realm, if you will, of your being in the next year, because we are in a universal year 1, so this will be affecting all of us, even if we don't really know it yet. This death card is not scary. It's actually a number 4, so if you take 3 and 1, numerology wise, this is about stability. So if you take it that way, yeah, it's a bit scary, but it's all about having that bink moment where you build on something new. It's not like the tower where everything comes crashing down, but depending on your view of change, it could be that you find it very difficult. It could be that you find that change difficult and that you're not very, or you worry that you're not prepared for it. I would say, though, that you are. I say that you are prepared for it, because you have the 6 of Wands here, which is about growth. And this is a wonderful card. It shows that you are revered. It shows that people will be wanting to be around you. And if you are starting a new job, or you're moving house or something like that, it feels like, yes, you will be shown as the person you're meant to be. It could be just the fact that you need to let yourself go a little bit, and you need to not be so worried about the changes that this card is going to bring. That's all you need, I think, to concern yourself with, is how you want to be in the next stage of this journey. Because as far as I can see, there have been quite a few 5s here. You've got 5s and 6s. So I would say that there's a little bit of alternation here, there and everywhere. Like there's adversity, yes, but there's also growth from within that. So this 5 and 5, the 5 of the Hierophant, you know, you would think, oh, that's going to be conflict. It's not. That's very much a case of, okay, moving on from the 4, so you're actually growing. This type of 5 is kind of like where that chaos goes a little bit over the edge. And so that's kind of what you have to look at there. Make sure that your balance is right this month. And then you've got 2 major arcanas here, so this is really strong for me. The Sun and the High Priestess. Let's have a look at this just now. Okay, so the Sun here does indicate that maybe towards the end of the month you're going to feel pretty damn good about yourself. You've probably proven yourself to be worthy of things. Other people may be coming through saying, hey, how are you? You know, coming out of the woodwork maybe. This also indicates family, so it could be a little bit of a family get-together, and where you can really enjoy time with somebody close to you. I also feel that this is an achievement coming through too. So this is a very, very strong card of potential. You may also feel a bit freer than you have in a while. Something could have come up and you feel like, yes, I finally have the opportunity to do such and such. So I do think that this is quite a prominent card, especially with the High Priestess here, which is basically saying you have the power and the knowledge. It kind of looks like my setup at the moment. Like I've got my little spread here and my runes, but it could be indicative that you are going on to the next stage. No matter how free it is and how much you may want to dance and sing and enjoy this incarnation and do everything because you really feel like your energy's up, you need to be patient. You need to still study. You need to still improve yourself. You don't want to be rushing into something that you're not quite prepared to do or commit to. You have all this knowledge still to come and still to have learned from and prove that you've learned from it. I think it's all again about balance, and maybe, again, the future doesn't have a face. They keep saying that to me. So maybe it's saying that if you're asking for somebody to come in and help you, or if you're wondering who would love me, or something like that, if you're wondering anything like that, I think this is quite a positive time, saying, look, the future does not have a face. The future is only what you want to come through as. It's not somebody that you can pick out in a crowd or recognize when it's happening. The future is now. The future is happening every second. It's do, 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 do. So it's one of those things where I think you're free now, but still plan, still work towards it, still keep your vibration raised. This is all about forward planning. You can't say, well, until I reach this guy or this person or this boss, then I'll be fine. You can't really do that. So I think you just have to take it as read that the universe is doing what it can to help you this month. And yeah, sometimes you may not get what you want. Sometimes you might be like, ugh, I feel it's feeling with this. You need to trust your instincts. And then you have the Six of Pentacles. So along with the Six of Wands, this is very auspicious. I do think you'll have enough by the end of this month to give as much as you receive. You'll probably be in a position where you feel very charitable. It could even be getting rid of some books or some stuff. Oh, that was my wrist clicking, sorry. You could be giving out some books or some stuff or some clothes because you maybe shed a few pounds. I don't know. It could be anything that you feel like you need to give to some other people because you feel very happy about it and you feel like you're almost settled in this way. And I do honestly feel that whatever you may have relied upon, whether it be, they keep bringing up something, so maybe you've relied on food or shopping or money or maybe one night stands or stuff like that. I think you're getting over that now. Your kind of reliance upon certain things is now moving to something else or even diminishing entirely, and then you can feel freer with the Sun card to give time to others and to share experiences and to share things with those less fortunate or give a helping hand. So I do honestly feel that this is a very important time for you. And then of course we get to Three of Wands, which is incredibly wonderful. It's almost like you're, well, yeah, three is about communication and maybe a bit of selfishness, but this is about preparation and foresight, just as I said. The future does not have a face. So it's kind of like you're having this intense, maybe debate with yourself throughout September and thinking, look, just keep calm, just keep working, I'll figure it out eventually. Because I think that even though you may be changing jobs or you may be changing relationships or becoming single or going into one or changing something within the relationship or career or whatever it is, there's still something else that you feel is out there for you. There's still something extra that you want to achieve. There's still something beyond what you already have that's waiting in the wings, that's not there just yet, that you haven't achieved just yet, that's just a smidgen away. And I think that you know that, you feel that, you're not on the path that you're meant to be on yet, that's fine. This is all preparation. So you're going through changes, you're going to find that people come out of the woodwork a little bit to try and dampen this high energy, and it will be to try and drag you down. If you keep to it, you'll have the Sun and the High Priestess. I think that you're really going to achieve something this month. Six of Pentacles, Three of Wands, incredibly auspicious for you. I do feel that it's preparation, it's foresight, it's communication, friendship, and I do feel a lot of this is very much about growth of all changes. It's all about that kind of maybe charity of giving. It's also transition, a little bit of rite of passage here. And then, of course, at the end, we do have the Five of Pentacles, and beneath that, the Five of Cups, but I'll just ignore that for a second. So this, again, is a little bit of a adversity thing. So don't make yourself feel like you're being shoved out of the way by pursuing what you want. So don't worry that you're going to lose somebody. Don't worry that if you go and try something and it doesn't work, you'll never be accepted back in. You know, don't worry about that. That's not going to change anything. It's only going to set you back. You know, if you worry too much about that sort of thing, you're never going to get to where you want to be. So don't worry about taking a risk and it may be failing, because if you don't take the risk in the first place, you'll never know if it could have succeeded. So I think this is all about preparation, maybe for something in October that's going to come around and maybe surprise you. So let's see what the runes have to say for you. Now, for a few of the others, I did do 3 runes, but we'll see what kind of happens with this. And as you may know, I shuffle without opening my eyes, so I apologise if things go a bit weird. So, Pisces for September 2017. What do they need to know? Guide me to the rune. Okay, you. Please don't be a blank one. Oh, okay. So this is Algiz. This is protection. I also feel this is kind of like warding off hidden dangers. Maybe warding off, because it's going to be around here, warding off the sense of foreboding, the sense of, oh, everyone's out to get me, this is going to fail, I'm not going to be liked, I'm not going to be blah, 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 blah. Don't worry. This goes there. And this basically tells you all this change and all this kind of stuff going around you. You do have protection from your actions. You know, you do have protection from the negative energies that may be here, because you have 3 wonderful cards to support you. And I do feel 3 maybe wonderful friends or wonderful aspects to help you through this too. So what's the next one? Oh, well, I'm going to do this upright. Okay. Because this is Freya. This is Freya's rune. This is money, hope, luck, and success, and happiness, and love, and beauty, and all the wonderful things that Freya stands for. If it was like that, it would necessarily mean failure and loss, but I don't see it as that. That's why I think that it should have been this way up. Because basically, this feels as though, because it goes here, this feels as though it's kind of like saying, look, if you ignore that, if you protect yourself from that, you can then move into something a lot better. Also, she is the one who teaches runes. She's the one where the magic comes from. So I do feel like this is kind of saying, look, if you need to guide yourself, maybe draw a tarot card, maybe do a meditation, see what it has to say to you. Make sure that you are always tuning into that intuition, to your spirit guides, to the people who can help you, so that you're not maybe feeling a bit as lost as sometimes you can be. Everybody can feel lost. I think the main thing is to recognize, hey guys, I'm lost. Can you help me? That's all you need to do. All you need to do. Okay. And here we have way. Okay, so you have 2 Ys here, which is justice. This is authority. This is kind of like the Sagittarius thing, where your aim is going to have to land true. You have the right idea. You have the movement necessary. And I also feel that this is kind of like saying any contracts you have, any things that you want to finalize, that's going to come out just fine. You don't have to worry. You don't have to panic yourself. You just have to make sure that you can kind of go forwards into something extremely happy for you. And actually, I am happy for you, because as much as this seems like just avoid that one, I think it's also about confidence in your Pisces, and confidence that can come from various places. It can come from you, it can come from meditation 10 minutes in the morning. Whatever you want to do to improve yourself, I do feel that you have it within you this month to achieve great things. And September typically is the month of education. It feels like everybody goes back to school, everything happens again, the year starts again, and it feels like everything is building up. So I feel like this is energy that you can use to really fulfill yourself and pursue something very prominent. So let me know how it goes for you, Pisces. Is there anything that you're wanting to achieve in September? Do let me know. I always love hearing from you. Thanks for your comments and your subscriptions and your likes and your shares and everything you do to support me. If you want to support me on Patreon, I'll leave that information below for you. And if you do want a reading, lorientarot@gmail.com, or click on the websites where you can just check out with the reading available. So yeah, I really do think this is going to be a grand old time for you, and let me know how things go. I really do appreciate everything that you do for me. I wish you the very best this September, and I look forward to reading for you soon.